Now, I do understand that we have our reporter, Ben Troy. I'll be giving you that particular story that was reading later on. Let's head over to Mombasa County. I do understand Troy is on a standby. Troy, good afternoon and good to see you. What can you tell us about the last day of King Charles III and Queen Camilla's visit to the country? Because today it is the last day.
Good afternoon, Hashim, and a warm welcome to what we are having here at Old Town. That is exactly where I am. And as you look behind me, you can see one of the most iconic buildings in Mombasa and indeed in Kenya. That's the Fort Jesus. That is where His Majesty King Charles and Queen Camilla are locked inside there. They are having a feel and having a look at what is happening and what had been lined up for them. Earlier on, we were just a few meters from where I'm standing at one of the oldest mosques in the region that was constructed in 1570. That is the Mandri Mosque. Before then, they were actually in one of the cathedrals right here because King Charles was meeting up with religious leaders. And you know very well that Mombasa is more or less, when you talk about religion, has a lot of mixed religions here. And after that, he entered into the into Fort Jesus, and we are waiting as we speak. Any moment now, you will see the king and the queen walk out. They are gonna. If my cameraman can show you, we are having a tuk-tuk just outside Fort Jesus, and that tuk-tuk is an electric tuk-tuk. The king and the queen will be riding in that tuk-tuk, where they will actually be moving to the British High Commission and having a feel of the Mombasa Old Town in that tuk-tuk, after which we are expecting that the king and the queen will be proceeding to the airport where they will finalize their journey. It has been a four-day affair right here in the country, and today actually is one of the most surprising days because in Mombasa it was quite chilly and quite cold, so the program of the Queen has had to be shortened, and in some places we have had to be told as journalists, no, you cannot be getting in. A good example is the mosque and where we were seeing them at the cathedral there. But he has had a feel of what Old Town has to give, and also have a feel of what is going on here in Mombasa, because outside the mosque, we don't know what happened inside the mosque, but what happened outside the mosque, he just talked with a few Kenyans there, and they were quite happy to see him. A lot of them saying, "Oh, hail the king, oh, hail the king," just a few meters from where I'm standing. And that's quite a good shot. That is the king and the queen, Camilla, where they are also accompanied by CS Aisha Jumwa and also the Mombasa governor and a host of government employees and officials, including the Prime Cabinet CS. And as you can see, there are also dignitaries from the British High Commission. And what is going to happen as we speak, the king and the queen will have a ride into that tuk-tuk. Remember, this family is one of the families that are known to be quite ardent in terms of matters conservation of the environment. And riding in an electric tuk-tuk is just one of the things to just show you that indeed they are practicing what they speak. And away from that, coming into the Fort Jesus is also a clear testament on the conservation efforts in terms of tourism. We know very well that this is not the first time or the second time that the king and the queen have unofficially visited Kenya, because the king was here way back in the early 70s and 73, and also they have also showed up here with her mother, the queen. So they are quite ardent in terms of matters conservation, in terms of matters tourism, and a clear testament is now they are going to be riding in an electric tuk-tuk just to underscore that they are quite committed in terms of how and what they are doing in matters conservation. And you know very well Kenya has been on the forefront, and especially here in Africa, in matters conservation. And there's a big boost, I should say, for Kenya as a country and the region. The king actually making his first official visit as king right here in the country. And Mombasa, he has been here for the last 2 days, 2 days he spent in Nairobi, and 2 days he spent here in Mombasa. And if my cameraman can actually see, is that they are ready to board the tuk-tuk, but I don't know what exactly is happening, because might have been some change of plan. There might have been some change of plan because they have not entered the tuk-tuk, and because of also, of course, of the rain. From here, we expect that they will also be a little bit later on heading on to the airport, where my colleague Ann Mburu is currently on standby. So allow me to also board one of our vehicles so that we may follow up to see what is going on. Back to you, Hashim.
Well, thank you so much. That is Ben Troy. Of course, a contingent of our team here from Broadcasting House have been dispatched to that particular county. And of course, as you can see, he was supposed to board a tuk-tuk. Let's see what's happening right there. Those are live images. It's just seeing the king departing the Fort Jesus. Of course, he was relishing in the rich history of that particular scene. And now he's heading over to the Moi International Airport